A couple of reasons why she won't be here in Liverpool. As you can see, the final touches being put to the rings behind me. The championships begin tomorrow here in Liverpool. The first reason, simple, she's not been entered. Those entry lists actually had to be formalized and closed earlier today. It had been reported it was previous days or last week, but it was actually this morning she was not on that list. The second more slightly complicated reason is because she hasn't provided a mandatory SRY test, which is now a new rule under the new governing body for the sport, World Boxing, which came into effect last May. That any boxer wishing to compete in the female category has to provide a negative SRY test. It's effectively a gene test, a sex test, which looks for the prediction of the Y chromosome, which determines male characteristics. That's what the test is. It's non-invasive, cheek swab or blood test. But all boxers have to take that test if they wish to compete in the female category. Imane Khelif did appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, on Monday. That appeal, though, I've got this confirmed from CAS a little bit earlier today, cannot be heard in the time frame that these championships are held. They start tomorrow, and they finish on the 14th of September. It's a complicated, complex hearing, and with the backlog of cases they have to hear as well, it is not on their listings any time before the court. So CAS cannot have this hearing, cannot listen to this appeal from Imane Khelif, where she would be excused from having to provide a mandatory SRY test before these championships even finishes. So two reasons why Imane Khelif of Algeria will not be at these championships. You've been talking with World Boxing around the rules governing gender testing, as you touched on there in the sport. What's happened with that? Yeah, listen, let's first be frank.
Yeah, listen, let's first be frank. We remember the furor, the scandal at the Paris Olympics last year. It was insensitive, it was horrible of the individuals, including Imane Khelif, who is involved there. World Boxing has come in, it has a remit to provide clarity, fairness, equality, but I think clarity for the boxers involved. And the best way they believe is to have this mandatory test. So speaking for the very first time in a TV interview with Boris van der Vorst, the president of World Boxing, about why they felt they had to bring in this new SRY test, this gene test, for the future of the sport.
It was an interesting for boxers. For us, it was really crucial that we have fair and safe competitions. It's a combat sport, boxing, so it is crucial to have fair and safe competitions. And that's the reason why we introduced mandatory testing.
There has to be sensitivity around it on both sides to protect female boxers. It is a combat sport, I understand that, but also to protect an individual in Khelif, for example, who says she was born a woman, grew up a woman, is a woman. Just how challenging an area has this been to negotiate? How sensitive do you have to be?
It is very sensitive, it is very challenging, so it's all right. And we need to approach it by several experts, so not only one expert, there's several sides in the story. And we're working hard to even improve our policy.
So the championships begin tomorrow. The draw actually takes place later today, 7 p.m. The draw for the first round. A number of British boxers, of course, involved, looking for serious medals here in Liverpool as well. But no Imane Khelif from Algeria at these World Championships. Pending, though, whether she can be eligible to compete at future events organised by World Boxing, pending that appeal being heard by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, but certainly not in the next few weeks.